Good morning, Khamis. How are you today? Inshallah, we will start with Unit 6, A Legend from the Ancient World. But before we start with Unit 6, let's remember what happened in Unit 5. We remember that Odysseus sailed home, right? And he was a soldier. But today in Unit 6, we are going to read about the things that he did when he was in the army. يعني بنتحدث عن أشياء حصلت معه عندما كان بالجيش عندما كان عسكري بالجيش. Okay? Now, let's start Unit 6, okay? A legend from the ancient world. Before we start, a legend. What do we mean by a legend? A legend, it means اللي هي something unreal. اللي هي أسطورة من العالم القديم. Something unreal. شيء غير حقيقي. تمام? So, look at the lesson. What do you expect the text type? What do you think? It's a poem, right? It's a poem. عفوا, it's a poem. So it's a poem. We have another question here. What is the type of this poem? The type here, it's a rhyming poem. Rhyming poem معناتها قصيدة القافية. Rhyming poem هي قصيدة القافية. شو يعني rhyming poem؟ قصيدة القافية يعني بنهاية الكلمات أو نهاية الكلمات اللي بتأتي في نهاية البوم عندنا بتيجي نفس القافية. أوكي؟ Now في عندي كلمة كمان بدي تعرفوها هون رح تمر علينا اللي هي verse اللي هي بيت الشعر الموجود عندنا بالقصيدة. اوكي let's start. So the Trojans horse. The Trojans horse اللي هو حصان طروادة. The Greeks fought the Trojans and year after year Troy was surrounded. Its people in fear. Now we have a question here. The Greeks fought the Trojans. So which people were fighting each other? The Greeks and the Trojans اللي هم Greeks اليونانيين Trojans اللي هم الطرواديون. And year after year Troy was surrounded. Surrounded يعني حوصرت. Okay? Its people in fear brought. Now year fair. Look year fair. In the same rhyming right? اللي هم نفس القافية. هذا هو مسميها قصيدة القافية. هاي هي اللي بنحكي لها rhyming poem. Okay? So fair year. Okay? So let's move to verse 2. But in darkness one night, without any warning, the Greeks packed their ships and were gone by the morning. So the Greeks packed their ships and were gone by the morning. So where were the Greek soldiers? What do you think? We think that's they all around the city, right? But we have another question here. What did the Greeks do one night? They packed their ships and were gone by the morning. Packed here معناتها حزموا. There, underline it, it refers to Greeks. Okay? يلا حطي تحتها خط. It refers to Greek. Now, let's move to before we move to the third verse, we have a question here. What did the Trojans think? So they think that the Greeks had run away. صح؟ كيف هلا بنشوف. The Trojans walked out of their city next day and laughed in amazement. The Greeks ran away. Take care. The Trojans walked out. Trojans walked out. Here we have a phrasal verb. Walked out اللي هي verb plus preposition تعطيني معنى جديد المعنى ذهبوا أو انطلقوا. Okay, of their city. There برضو it refers to Trojans. Next year and laughed in amazement. We have a question here. We asked before. What did the Greeks or what did the Trojans think that the Greeks had run away, right? Run away, it means escaped, هربوا يعني. Why did the Trojan laugh? Because they think that the Greeks ran away. Or they thought, عفوا, the Greeks ran away. Okay? Now, let's move to the fourth verse. But something was left. In silence it stood, vast and entering, a horse made of wood. Now, but something was left. Turika in silence stood vast and entering, a horse made of wood. So, what did the Greeks leave behind? A big wooden horse. Look, this is a big wooden horse. Okay? This is a big wooden horse. Vast and entering. Vast ضخم و entering معناتها unfamiliar يعني غريب أو مثير للاهتمام. A horse made of wood مصنوع من الخشب. Okay? Now, let's move. Nobody knew just why it was there. Some wondered and worried, but most didn't care. So, did they know what it was there? No, nobody knew that why it was there. Okay, it refers to a horse made of wood. Okay, خامس. Some wondered and worried, but most didn't care. So, how did the Trojan people feel about the horse? They didn't care. Didn't care here يعني إنهم ما اهتموا. They didn't care. مين هم؟ The Trojan people. Okay? Now, let's move to the last one. It's so magnificent. It's such a size. We are victorious. This is our prize. It's so magnificent. So it refers to the wooden horse. Okay, للحصان الخشبي. Also magnificent إنه عظيم ورائع. So we have a question here. What did the Trojans think of it? Okay, it was magnificent. يعني كان هذا شيء عظيم. They thought they had won the war. They wanted to capture the horse. إنهم بدهم يحصلوا على الهورس. It was such a size. We are victorious. We before we, it's number line 2. It refers also to Trojan, to the wooden horse. So it refers to the wooden horse. We are victorious. It refers also to the Trojan people. This is our prize. This is our prize. إنه هاي هي جائزتنا. They think that they won the war. Okay, so the Trojans people think that they won the war because they captured the wooden horse. Okay, all of my notes, write it in your notebook please, and the questions that I mentioned in unit 6 I will send it and write it in the worksheet and send for you. Okay, see you later. خمس, any question ask. Yeah, see you later.